By the way, we are a couple of minutes away from a game that should be very interesting. I always hear Baba Booey, Fred, and Vinny Favale, one of the, I don't know what his title is, something with late night programming here at CBS.
He's an executive at CBS.
Yeah, well, these three guys are always arguing over who is better at rock and roll trivia, and they were actually going to do rock and roll trivia
on their own.
On their own.
Just to prove a point.
So I caught wind of this. I said, well, you might as well do it here on the air, because I'd like to hear the who wins.
Let's settle it once and for all. Who is the king of rock and roll trivia?
And then, of course, John the Stutterer, not Stuttering John the Stutterer. He called in. I thought this was a funny idea. He's going to play the winner, because listen to this.
Hi, Case. This is John Smith. I have a suggestion for the show. I consider myself a near expert in a rock and roll trivia. So I was wondering if I can compete next week in rock and roll Jeopardy against Fred, Benny, and Gary. If you think it sounds like a good idea, please call me back. Bye.
That's great.
Somebody call him back.
Yeah, he's going to be in here, and he's going to play the winner of rock and roll trivia. Well, I tell you, there's a lot of excitement in the room. Andre, of course, is here. He is... Andre, you are a rock and roll expert?
Yes, I am, Howard.
Yes, he considers...
And he's willing to say that.
Right.
And you could probably beat all these guys in rock and roll trivia.
That's why I'm the host.
Right.
Because they realize that I am the king of rock and roll trivia.
Right. And this is exciting for Andre. Normally he is a censor. He got out from behind the censor button.
Normally he's an enemy of the show.
Yeah.
Yes, Howard, this is more than we've talked in the last 3 years, so it's good to chat with you.
I know, it's difficult, but poor Andre has to sit there on the button and I yell at him all the time. But Andre is a rock and roll expert, got into radio because he loved rock and roll, and now he is put in the position, like on the Ed Sullivan Show, of having to censor things, like Elvis's lower hips and stuff like that. So this is a sad moment for you, having to be a censor.
Yes, indeed, Howard.
All right, but anyway, I'm glad to see Andre in a different capacity today. Also in the game is Renee from Nexus Gold Club in Washington, D.C. Very beautiful, Renee. Renee, thank you for turning the cards for us today.
You're welcome, Howard.
What are your measurements, honey?
Whatever you want them to be.
Really? Well, I would guess you're a C cup?
Yes, I am.
You are? What are you on top?
34C.
34C? What's your waist?
What do you think?
Do you know? I'm going to say 26.
Higher.
Sure.
You think higher?
Yeah.
28?
No way.
You think you're a 28? You got a kick-ass waistline, no? Let me see. Turn around.
She's not like heavy or anything, but she's a full woman. She's like a meaty
big bone.
Yeah. Curvy.
She's wearing braces, I think.
Yeah.
Are you wearing braces?
On her legs.
Yes, I am.
Are you over 18? Honey?
Yes, I am, Howard.
Why the braces? You're a big girl.
Well, I wanted my teeth to look perfect for you.
I see. Your parents never fixed your teeth. Is that it?
Don't they make those?
She went into stripping to do it.
Don't they make the clear ones now? The clear ones.
Yeah, but I don't like those.
The braces are
They don't
pecker
make you
wreckers.
look like a little girl like I do.
What, you like to look like a little girl? Is that your thing? Oh, I see. So you like the braces because they make you look like a little girl.
Oh, yeah.
Do they get you more money at the club?
Oh, yeah. The guys love them.
Yeah, I spank you because you're a bad little girl.
She's doing the Lolita thing now.
Right. And can you give oral with those braces?
Of course I can.
You can? It doesn't get in the way?
If you want me to.
Nothing dangerous about it? Yeah, I want you to.
Would that scare
Would you do that, Howard?
I'd be scared.
Yeah.
The hottest girl in the world. Would you let her do that with those things
With
on?
braces on? No, I'd be afraid. I'm afraid that they could catch.
They're very frightening looking.
Yeah, I'm small enough.
You
I don't need you taking off some.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk with Vinny Favale, who walks around. Vinny is what are you, vice president of what?
Late night program, CBS.
Okay, this guy's got an important job. It's hard to believe. But Vinny is a roly-poly guy who never does any exercise, and all he does is download stuff off the internet about rock and roll. You constantly are downloading MP3s.
Reading and downloading music.
Right.
Somebody called him a computer potato the other day.
Yeah, you're a computer potato.
But I'm not self-proclaimed. I don't claim to be, like Andre here, knowing everything about rock and roll. I think I'm just...
Oh, please. All you do is walk around talking about how much you know, and even Fred and Gary think they're going to lose to you because you're like, you've been living for this moment.
Right. True. And by the way, I never said that we should exclude Beatle questions. That came from...
that was not Andre's.
That was Andre's.
That was my call, because I thought it would unfairly
that's not right, though. I mean...
Whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, Baba Booey, you claim to be a rock and roll expert. I've heard you say that a million times.
Yes, I am.
And Fred makes no such claim, but Fred is a rock and roll expert.
He is rock and roll.
Robin, who do you bet on? I'll do a wager.
I'm going to go with Vinny. I believe his boasts.
You think Vinny can come through?
Yeah.
I'm betting on Fred.
Wow.
Okay.
Me too.
You too, Jackie?
How much you guys betting?
I'll take Vinny, Howard, if you want to.
Well, I'm not betting you because I don't want to take money from you because you're broke all the time.
I'll bet Robin.
Stop it.
I'll bet Robin because Robin at least has some money.
So am I the dark horse?
Gary's playing?
I can't believe he said that.
Yes, you are the dark horse. You've got the teeth of a dark horse. There you go. All right, listen.
What do you want to bet?
You tell me. Give me a number.
$20?
Yeah.
All right, $20. We'll make it for
I can afford 20. I mean, come on.
Bet Jackie.
Put the money up right now.
Here comes some dumb...
Robin, I'm taking Fred.
All right, and I'm taking Vinny.
All right.
Yo, Howard, everyone want to give me 2-1 on Gary? I'll take him.
2-1.
2-1 on Gary?
Yeah, my 20, your 40.
I'll take that.
All right, Jackie's got it.
Wait, you got a problem.
So if either of the other guys win, I win.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'm saying Gary's going to win.
Right. And you're saying if Vinny or Fred wins,
then I give you $20, right?
Right. Okay.
But if Gary wins, I get 40.
I'll take that bet, too.
Wow.
Yeah, you want to bet us all?
We'll take that.
Does he realize the odds are against him?
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm getting 2-1.
You don't have to explain it to us.
Okay, good.
Who are you giving that to? Jackie? Just Jackie?
I'm taking it with Jackie.
Oh.
He's giving me 2-1 on Gary.
Because I'll take that bet also.
You bet Robin, I'll bet him, and nobody bet John.
All right.
Casey's only got 120.
That's just, I always paid every bet. I mean, I don't understand. Now I'm suddenly cut off.
I got a ball from me this morning.
All right, let's hear who is the rock. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Andre. Andre is an expert. He is going to be the host.
Do you want to hear?
Nice.
And I want to thank Renee again for turning over the numbers. Go ahead.
You want to hear our buzzers?
Yes. Now, here's so everyone at home can hear. Vinny, hit your buzzer. Did you hear it say Vinny?
Yeah.
That was Gary the retard, by the way. Gary, hit your buzzer. And Fred, hit yours. All right, that's Gary the retard, so you can hear who hits whose buzzer. And Andre, it's time for the game, so let's turn it over to you.
All right, Howard. Who's the judge, like the final judge, as far as questions?
Robin Quivers.
Robin Quivers.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, boy.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do we have to wait for the question to be asked in its entirety before we answer?
That's what they do on TV?
No.
We don't have that kind of...
Andre, you can buzz in at any time. Andre will continue the question so the people at home can at least hear the question.
Will there be a visual of the question as well? Or just auditory?
No.
I don't know, is there anything on the monitor here?
I don't think so. It is just auditory. Yeah.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
Line in my questions.
All these questions.
All right, gentlemen, as you can see up on the board here...
And Fred win. I got 20 on you.
I'm going to try.
All right, go ahead, Andre. Sorry.
But Andre's head's glaring.
Benny,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Rob.
Okay, our categories here today. One-hit wonders. Great opening lines. Pot luck. The Ladies of Rock. Lots of people have died. And, of course, a killer final rock and roll trivia question at the end of the show.
All right.
All right, there's a final question where they can wager. Okay, go ahead.
Toss a coin or anything, or determine who starts? Or?
I say Fred should start.
Okay.
All right.
Fred.
Lots of people.
Since I'm betting on him.
Lots of people have died for 100.
Okay. Committed suicide in the guest apartment above the garage on his Seattle property in 1994.
Kurt Cobain.
Correct. Continue.
Who got that, Fred?
Fred got
Way to go.
Lots of people have died for 200.
His king-sized heart gave out in August 1977, supposedly while on the bowl. Gary?
Elvis Presley.
That is correct.
Fred,
for 200.
Gary's on
Gary,
the
you have
board.
control of the board.
Ladies of Rock for 100.
Okay. Her biggest hit was 1981's Betty Davis Eyes. Gary Delabate.
Kim Carnes.
Oh,
Any question,
Gary.
please? One question, right. Correct for 100.
Ladies of Rock for 200.
Were we answering the form of a question?
Nah, who cares about that? Let's get down.
Okay, she sang that annoying song, Midnight at the Oasis, in 1974. Gary.
Maria Muldaur.
Something's wrong with my buzzer.
Yeah, me too. Mine's up on
I hit
Look
that
at them
thing.
complaining.
I hit that
Mine's
thing.
up right to go.
Gary, you're wrong.
Ladies of Rock for 300.
These cards are marked.
The Velvet Underground's famed and underrated drummer.
Nico.
Incorrect, Gary. Sorry, you lose that one. Anyone?
Excuse me, I have one question. Are we deducting points?
Yes.
Better.
Okay. Vinny, go ahead.
Tucker.
You are correct.
Say the answer again. No one
Maureen
heard.
Tucker.
Maureen Tucker? Mo Tucker. I mean, the score is Gary at 200, Vinny at 300, Fred at 100.
Right.
Okay. Vinny, you have control of the board.
Great opening lines for 200.
Okay, this will be the first line of a song, and you have to tell us what it is. If I Leave Here Tomorrow. Gary Delabate.
Freebird.
Correct.
Wow.
Wow.
Keep going, Gary.
One hit
You
wonder
guys have too much free time.
for 300.
This Indonesian Dutch artist hit the charts worldwide in 1983 with his cover of the Irving Berlin classic, Putting on the Ritz. Vinny.
Taco.
Correct.
Wow.
These guys know their stuff. They're good. They're very good.
Taco.
Vinny.
We had him on the show, Robin.
Did you?
Who knew he was Indonesian?
Potluck 200.
Not only a guitar god, he's credited with the invention of multi-track recording. Fred Norris.
Les Paul.
You are correct.
My headphones are breaking up, by the way.
It's all right, Freddie. Hang in there, buddy.
Yeah, Fred.
I'm working at a disadvantage.
Okay. This blues rock pioneer was supposedly poisoned by a jealous lover in a bar in 1938. Fred Norris.
Robert Johnson.
You are correct.
Wow, Freddie is at 600, Vinny's at 600, Gary at 300. Tie for the lead, Vinny and Fred. Go ahead, Fred.
Okay, lots of people have died for 400.
He was found dead in the trunk of his car along a highway in 1966, a case still unsolved. Gary Delabate.
Bon Scott.
No, I'm sorry, sir.
I know he did. I fought the law.
Vinny.
I know the answer.
Vinny is right.
Wait. Give me the name. Give the name. If you don't give the name, I got it.
Give the name, Vinny.
Come on, mother. Come on.
He doesn't know. Go ahead, Fred.
Bobby Fuller.
Fred gets the point.
Thank you.
Vinny and Gary, negative points. Fred Norris is at a... Hold it a second. Fred Norris is at 1,000 points. Baba Booey at negative 100. Vinny at 200.
Come on, 200
plus. Come on,
200 plus for Vinny.
Fix Fred's headphones.
Hold on, Freddie getting a headphone fix.
There you go. I had to do a transplant.
Really need headphones?
Yes, I do.
Fred's winning under duress.
All right, Freddie, easy does it.
All right. Lots of people have died for 500.
Okay. He died playing Russian roulette on Christmas Eve, 1954.
The late, great Johnny Ace.
That is absolutely correct,
Johnny
Gary.
Ace, who's that?
Shh, Robin.
Going back to the
Pledging
50s.
My Love. Remember Pledging My Love, Johnny Ace? Great song.
Let's go.
Gary, you're on.
Ladies of Rock for 400.
Part of the famed Muscle Shoals sound, the 1972 smash Cleanup Woman propelled the singer's career, which sadly was short-lived.
Betty Wright.
You are correct. Go on, Gary.
Ladies of Rock for 500.
All right, wrapping up this category. It was this woman, not Grace Slick, who originally sang lead in the Jefferson Airplane.
500 points. Anybody got it?
Can't believe it.
3 seconds.
It was this woman, not Grace Slick, who originally sang lead in Jefferson Airplane. Nobody has buzzed in. Go ahead,
Andre.
Andre.
To have a baby. Anybody?
Andre?
Signe Anderson.
Yes.
Correct.
All right, go ahead.
Andre gets 100.
Exactly. Who was the last person to get the one right? Was it Gary?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're the
you're
host.
up, Gary.
Great opening lines, 300.
Okay. When it feels like the world is on your shoulders. First line of the song.
I hate this category.
Anyone?
Anyone got it?
2 seconds?
Is that the Sweet Dreams are made of these?
No, but a couple years later. Rhythm of the Night by DeBarge.
Oh, it's not rhythm. Is that
Rhythm of the
rock?
Night.
Come on, it's supposed to be rock, not pop.
Come on. Don't. No one got easy, Fred. Go ahead.
Gary, you have control of the board.
Great opening lines for 400.
Okay. We get it almost every night. Fred.
We get it almost every night.
3 seconds, Fred.
Dancing in the Moonlight.
Correct.
Nice, Freddie boy.
Matter of fact, the guy the later members went out of that band at Four Lanes.
That is correct.
Right.
Well done, Fred.
1,400 for Fred, 800 for Baba Booey, 200 for Vinny.
All right.
Vinny.
Okay, come on.
Fred, you're up.
One hit wonders for 100.
This band had their only hit, Something in the Air, in 1969, though it's been heard recently and almost famous. Vinny.
No, Gary was first.
I saw the light. I'm sorry, Gary.
Thunderclap Newman.
Correct.
Very good. I almost said Genesis.
I would take one hit.
Vinny, is there something wrong with your hand?
I had the answer.
Gary, you're up.
It doesn't
One
matter.
hit wonders for 400.
He hit number 1 for 3 weeks with Sukiyaki in 1963. Also died in the...
Tim Mishimoto.
Sorry?
Tim Mishimoto.
Good guess, but not correct.
Vinny minus 400.
Died in the Korean Airlines
Not even going there.
crash.
Fred not going to
Sukiyaki.
Gary. Go ahead, Andre, what is the answer?
Q Sakamoto.
Sakamoto.
Q Sakamoto.
I was going to say a taste of honey, but...
Doesn't he work at Nobu?
Vinny is at negative 200. Gary in second place with 900.
$20.
Gary in second place with 900. Fred in first place with 1,400.
Wow.
Okay.
One-hit wonders for 500, please.
Completing this category. Oh, no, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Capitalizing on the video game craze of the early 80s, this obscure duo vanished quickly after their only hit, Pac-Man Fever.
You got me on that one.
Interesting rock and roll trivia, Pac-Man Fever. The answer is, Andre?
Buckner and Garcia.
All right, nobody buzzed in, so there is no loss factor.
Okay, we still have 3 categories worth of info left. Gary, you're up.
Great opening lines for 500.
Okay.
Come on, Vinny.
The Taxman's taken all my dough.
Hey, now.
Anyway,
Nobody buzzed in. Go ahead, Andre.
Sunny Afternoon by the Kinks. The Taxman's taking all my dough.
All right. Andre, you sing very beautifully. Go ahead.
Maybe a solo shot next time.
Potluck 300.
Okay, Gary. Potluck for 300. He produced Grand Funk's Weird American Band. Gary Dell'Abate.
Todd Rundgren.
You are correct for 300.
What's the score?
I will tell you right now that Fred is still in the lead. Fred is still in the lead with 1,400. Gary in second place with 1,200. Vinny at negative 200.
There are 5 more questions left before the final question.
One-hit wonders for 200.
Okay, Judy in Disguise with Glasses, a spoof of the Beatles' Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, was the only chart hit for this group.
John Fred and the Playboy Band.
Absolutely right.
Thank you, Freddie, and that is plus 200 more. 1,600 for Fred, 1,200 for Baba Booey.
And the pain.
I'm dying here.
Potluck 100.
He's the only ZZ Top member without a beard. Fred.
Frank Beard.
Correct.
That's right, Freddie. The guy's name is Beard, and he has no beard. Fred at 1,700, Baba Booey at 1,200, Vinny at negative 200.
All right. Potluck for 400.
It's Beck of Loser fame's last name. Fred.
Hansen.
Correct.
That is correct.
I read that yesterday.
As a matter of fact, his real last name is Campbell. But that's another story.
Okay, stop showing.
Oh, a confident Fred at 2,100 points.
Still downloading?
At 1,200.
All right, 2 more questions.
All right.
Vinny embarrassed.
I'm very embarrassed. I'm mortified.
I have to get one of these questions or else I can't even play final.
Let me explain to the audience what's happening. Fred is at 2,100. Gary is at 1,200. And, of course, Vinny is at negative 200. But, Gary, you're wrong. You can bet it all.
Yeah, but if Freddie's got double what I have, what good is it?
He doesn't have double what you have yet.
He might make a wrong bet.
Right.
Go ahead. Let's go.
Last one is
I'm looking at my guns.
Potluck running the category at 500.
Okay, for 500. The former 10cc bassist who scored big early on as songwriter of Bus Stop for the Holly.
Graham Gouldman.
For Your Love for the...
Graham Gouldman.
Okay, Vinny, you're correct. Let's answer the
For Your
question.
Love for the Yardbirds and No Milk Today for Herman's Hermits.
Yada, yada, yada. Graham Gouldman. Move on.
All right. Great opening lines, 100. The final question. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it should be 200, actually. Because 100...
Yeah, that might be a mistake. It's 200 points.
It's a mistake.
Steve walks warily down the street. Fred.
Another one bites the dust.
Correct. Absolutely.
Another one rides the bus.
So
Steve walks warily down the street.
That's it.
So what are we at?
All right.
Okay, so
Fred has 2,300. Gary has 1,200. And, of course, Vinny has 300. Let's remind everyone that Gary can bet it all, making it 2,400.
Yeah, and if Fred should not get the final answer, Gary could win.
And, Vinny, you can play because these guys strategically will have to bet, and perhaps you could actually come in first place. So what we're going to do is now hand you pieces of paper where you can write down your final Jeopardy. Rock and roll trivia.
What is your wager? Gentlemen.
Andre, a good selection of questions.
Oh, thank you, Howard. Appreciate it. I enjoyed myself.
Question.
When does
very impressed.
John the Stutterer come in?
John the Stutterer will play the winner.
Oh, I got you.
Give him 5 questions.
What's the category for Final Jeopardy?
It's not called Jeopardy. It's rock and roll trivia.
Guest musicians.
Guest musicians. Fred once again at 2,300. Baba Booey at 1,200. Vinny at 300. How will they wager? I don't know.
I wonder if John the Stutterer is a little less cocky having heard this contest.
I like the word cocky. By the way, just so people know at home, I've known 0 of these. Baba Booey drinking a gallon of water. Wow. He's completely parched. He's licking those lips and giant teeth. Fred Norris sitting confidently. Vinny slightly flushed and fat.
What's his score? Not fat.
I think
Embarrassed.
Vinny has been put in his place.
No.
Vinny, maybe you should...
I really thought he knew a lot more than what he did.
Vinny, maybe you should go to the gym now that you realize downloading is getting you nowhere.
I was hoping to be a little closer at this point.
All right, so your wagers are in now.
Yep.
And Andre, we're going to ask for the final question. Guys, write down your answer.
Okay, the final rock and roll trivia question is, or answer is, they were the only two outside rock musicians to have guested on albums by both the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Coincidentally, they both played the same instruments.
And by the way, I know the answer to this.
I think I know one of them.
Can you repeat the question, Andre, for people playing?
They were the only two outside rock musicians to have guested on albums by both the Beatles and the Stones, and coincidentally, they both play the same instruments.
I know one of them.
I know one of them, but I don't know the other.
I know both of them.
Oh, yeah, but they don't both play the same. No, I don't think that's right.
No?
I got him.
All right, listen. Is everybody now written their answer? Fred, have you written yours? Fred, a little nervous.
Bet the whole thing, Fred. Come on, make it
I hope Fred bet nothing.
Bet everything.
Bet 100, I hope.
Let's go to Vinny Favali, who's got 300.
Okay, what do I have to tell you what I bet?
First tell us what you... first tell us your answer.
Right.
Okay, the answer is Nicky Hopkins and Billy Preston.
And that is absolutely correct. Vinny Favali.
How much did you bet?
What'd you wager?
Everything.
Okay. So you won the game with 600 points.
All right. Gary?
Well, I, of course, wagered everything, and I wasn't even close. I wrote Clapton and Jeff Beck.
Okay. So you're down to 0. Fred Norris, if you bet conservatively...
Well, my answer is only half correct.
And you don't get any points.
Billy Preston, Robin
I only
knew
bet
that.
$200.
And Fred, you are the winner.
I think you made it interesting.
I knew you would win.
I was betting strategically in case Gary got it right.
That would be Fred at 2,100, Gary at 0, Vinny at 600. What a well-played game, Fred. As I knew you would win. And Robin, I believe you owe me $20.
You're absolutely right. I owe
because
you $20.
You bet on who?
Vinny,
my
who
button was
sat in
stuck.
my ear at every movie
Robin.
screening we've ever gone to, and
He knows
named
everything.
every song that was ever played on any sound.
Like with sex, the guys who brag the most know the least.
Now,
That's why I brag about sex all the time.
now, what's the deal? Are we going to break, or is John the Stutterer going to come in and play Fred? It's a 5-question runoff.
I would like the game right now.
Do it.
Bring in John the Stutterer. Bring him to Fred, and let Fred make mincemeat out of him.
Congratulations, Fred.
Thank you.
Yes, Fred, you really...
Gary
I knew you would
he had to
win.
run out of the
Fred is a maven on everything.
We weren't as prepared as we should be, so when John the Stutterer buzzes in, it'll actually say Gary.
All right.
Now, John, were you impressed?
John the Stutterer, you've got to be a little nervous. Were you impressed by Fred's musical knowledge?
Shut up. Okay, I'll talk us slow here. I'll try to calm down.
Right.
Okay.
Could you have answered any of those questions?
Time limit on his?
Okay, well...
Be honest, could you have answered the final question?
No.
No.
But see, like Fred, I thought that the questions would only include a late 60s and early 70s heavy progressive rock.
Oh, please.
Sounds like he's backing
Excuses
down
already. 60s and 70s. What happened to 80s and 90s? Who said anything about that? It's a
well, that's pop.
All right, let's play the game.
Okay.
Who's going to sit and listen to you stammer? Now,
Are you already conceding that you're going to lose?
No.
Okay.
all it is a 5-question runoff. Is that right, Andre?
Yes, just 5
Want to bet again,
questions.
Howard?
Oh, a Fred by a mile. Remember, if you hear the word Gary, that's John the Stutterer. If you hear Fred, of course, it's Fred buzzing in.
Want to do it by a number of questions, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 points, or how do you want to play it, Howard?
Let's go.
I thought we were going to do it just by the number of questions, so we pick 5. Whoever's got 3 first wins.
Best out of 5. Here we go, John the Stutterer, Fred Norris. And I tell you what, John the Stutterer, I'm going to make it a little more interesting for you. If you should win, if you should beat Fred Norris, the recognized champion of rock and roll trivia, you will win a trip for 2 to Las Vegas to see Blues Traveler at the Joint in the Hard Rock Hotel. Now, let me tell you what this includes. This will change your otherwise miserable life. The trip includes round-trip airfare, hotel for 5 days, 4 nights, 2 tickets to the concert, dinner for 2, helicopter tour of the Grand Canyon, and $1,000 in spending money.
That's too much.
Wow. Unbelievable. I can't believe it.
You can't believe that. Well, believe me.
I can't believe you're going to get it.
You ain't going to get it anyway. The latest James Bond collection is now available on VHS and special edition DVD. 6 classic 007 titles, including From Russia with Love, You Only Live Twice, Diamonds Are Forever, Octopussy, A View to Kill, and The Living Daylights can be yours forever. Here we go. I have no idea what that means.
Does he have a time limit on how quickly he answers, or takes much
is
time
he ever even going to get a chance to buzz in?
I say let him answer in his own way.
All right.
If he goes over 3 minutes on the answer, we cut him off.
I should get a break.
All right.
All right, gentlemen, you ready?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Question number 1 for 100. Well, I guess it doesn't matter the battle.
Right.
He may drink alone with 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, and 1 beer, but the Delaware rocker never touches the stuff.
George Thorogood.
Correct.
Very good.
Just in case.
For John the Stutterer.
Let Andre finish reading the question, though. We know you buzz in first.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, question number 2. It was the first video played on MTV, August 1st, 1981. John the Stutterer.
They Buggles, Who Killed the Radio Star?
That's correct.
There you
go.
Right, John.
Right.
Nicely done.
I smell fix.
One more. Not that I know of. One more question.
A little too down pat.
No fix.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
He's good.
Third question. What was the Rolling Stones' first U.S. top 10 hit?
Fred, you're first.
Can't get no satisfaction.
No, that was their first number 1 hit. But not their first top 10 hit. Want to give it a shot, John?
As Tears Go By.
Good guess, but not correct. The correct answer was...
So let me tell you what happens before you give the correct answer. John, you're down to 1 question right, and Fred, you're down to -1 question right.
Wow.
All right, the answer was time is on my side.
There are penalties for negative answers.
I did not know that.
It was best 3 out of 5.
Neither did I. I just made that up. Go ahead.
Question number 4. This is the first and only rock and roll song to be released twice, 1960 and 1962, and hit number 1 both times.
That's Jackie's era, not
Only
mine.
time in history.
I don't know that one.
What is it, Jackie?
Twist.
Absolutely right, Jackie.
Wow.
A twist.
Okay.
All right.
Jackie was in college when that was released.
Yeah, that
All right, I
happened
have some
during
extra
Jackie's
questions here, too, in
lifetime.
case we don't hit 3.
We're going to need them.
We're going to need them.
We're going to need them.
I don't get them from that.
Okay.
Where are we in the contest?
John the Stutterer has 1, and Fred has a -1.
Oh.
Howard, doesn't that mean that John the Stutterer won because there's 1 question left? The best Fred could do is even.
That's right.
Right.
All right, give him the last question. Maybe you could tie up.
All right, the last question. Name 3 of the 4 groups Eric Clapton was in. John the Stutterer.
Yeah, Yardbirds.
There's 1.
John Mayall's Blues Breakers,
There's 2.
Cream,
3.
Blind Faith.
You're there.
All right, you did it. John the Stutterer beat Fred.
He's got more
John
time
the
than Vinny.
Stutterer. Even though in your lonely life you don't have a friend to take with you.
Oh, yeah, right. I don't.
You've won a trip for 2, how sad, to Las Vegas. Will you take your mom or somebody?
Nah.
You
No?
got a brother or something?
Well, yeah, but he can't
He can't stand you?
take off from work.
Why don't you take Andre? Why don't you take the beautiful Renee from the Nexus Gold Club?
There you go. She's looking to go.
Well, I would love to.
Renee, would you want to go to Vegas with John the Stutterer?
Oh, of course.
You would. Well, you got yourself a date. Honey, you look good.
Thank you.
You won a trip for 2 to Las Vegas to see Blues Travel at the Joint in the Hard Rock Hotel, and I told you what the trip includes, thanks to the latest James Bond collection, now available on VHS and Special Edition DVD. So there you go.
That's amazing.
Hey, Howard, did you know that we sent John the Stutterer to the Playboy Mansion, and not only could he not find anyone to take with him, he actually never made it there. He missed all his planes and never even made it to the mansion.
Yeah. The flight, a flight was delayed for 8 hours, so I got so disgusted. By the time I would have gotten to L.A., I would have messed the party, so I just said, hell with it.
Wow.
But I got $1,000 consolation.
Dude, if I was you and if I got an invite to the Playboy Mansion, I was you, I would have walked to California.
Or to hijack the plane.
Well, no, but see, but by the time I would have gotten there, the party would have been over.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
No.
By the time you said hello, the party would have...
No.
No, look. A flight was supposed to leave at 7:45.
All right, you won.
At the airport.
Right,
you make it this time.
Will you
That's
take the
what we
trip to
want.
Vegas? Do you want the trip to Vegas?
Yeah,
you do.
yeah,
You'll enjoy that.
Absolutely.
All right. Yes.
Imagine him at the complaint desk.
Well, it's very exciting. Fred, you won in the three-way, but John the Stutterer proving he is the real expert.
Yes, he knows something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't know how to talk, but he knows something.
Mumbles.
Would you have bet on that in a million years?
Never.
Never. Thank God we didn't bet on that one.
I tried to get you to bet.
Well, yeah, but I know more of out of classic rock than Fred.
Right. Well, you proved you did. You've proven it.
You know, Hendrix and Yes and the Who and all that stuff. I know.
Right. Well, you sit at home and listen to music. What else can you do?
I sit at home. I listen to I listen to you guys, and I.
Well, good for you.
That he gets
Why don't you take Fred to Vegas with you?
Sure, why not, man? We can.
Or beautiful Renee from Nexus Gold Club in Washington, D.C. Now, there's
why not?
I could have some fun with that.
Or I can ask
All right.
Oh, Annie Anderson.
Or Annie Anderson.
Howard.
All right, listen.
You drive me nuts. Okay, Howard, you are my god and hero.
Thank you.
Robin is my goddess, and next to you, Jackie and Fred are the two greatest comedic minds ever.
Wow, isn't that nice? Well, thank you. John the Stutterer, congratulations on your win. Vinny, you are a loser, as usual. Gary was silent.
Give me $20.
And for more information, you can go to nexusgoldclub.com. I wonder if there's a picture of Renee on there. Is there, Renee, a picture of you on there? Wake up, Doug.
Yes, there's a picture of me and all the beautiful girls I work with on www.nexusgoldclub.com.
Holy mackerel.
All right, baby. Looking good. And Andre, thank you. You're the guy who put this all together, and you did a great job. Great job. And we'll be back right after these words.